Now it's time to break it.
Welcome back to the only podcast in America that believes that you have to have a drive-thru to beat fast food.
Not
the
officially.
SplitScreeners podcast.
I think I might have changed my
You
statement.
shut your mouth. My name's
Cambridge says, according to Cambridge, the experts, according to dictionary.com,
Fast food is ready to serve food in and out. It has no bearing whatsoever on having a drive-through. End of discussion. Cambridge agrees. The world agrees.
from Oxford,
That
language,
is right.
food that can be prepared by is fast food and is sold in restaurants and snack bars as a quick meal or to be taken out. That is a fast food restaurant. That means Applebee's, Olive Garden, Buffalo Wild Wings.
It's not ready.
Red
It's not
Lobster.
ready.
I wouldn't count those.
No. You're going
But it
too
can
far.
be prepared quickly.
Yeah,
But it's not
True. Most of those restaurants I'm waiting
You
for
still have to
for
wait.
food.
Yeah.
I'm just.
Shut up, Ken.
We are the SplitScreeners podcast. And
Welcome.
we're your hosts. That's Zach,
That's me.
Aaron, Gavin, and I'm Nick. We are doing a top 10 this week. Maybe next week we'll get more into our top 10 fast food restaurants. We'll have to see.
We'll see what fate
But
decides.
If we're still alive.
This week we are doing our top 10 favorite YouTubers as a channel that is growing,
YouTube channel.
not as rapidly as we'd hoped, but growing nonetheless. We figured why not talk about the platform that we're on. So top 10 YouTubers, we're going to get right into that. Before we hop into our list, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. We're dropping episodes often.
We're dropping them at a frequency.
Almost often.
I was really hoping you weren't going to say daily. Because right after the whole week of saying daily,
Yeah, we
we
take
took a week off.
We took a week off. Yeah. Catch us on our movie episode so we can tell you what we did on our week off. That'll be super fun.
Yeah.
That'll be coming out at some point this week, so keep your eyes tuned for that. But let's get into our top 10 list. We'll start with the side we always start with. Zach, number 10 YouTuber of all time.
I used to watch these guys a lot more a few years ago. Most of my list is going to be movie themed, obviously. But I'm going to have to put Cinema Sins down. They're more of a humor-based channel, but they go through popular movies and kind of rate the movies based off their film sins. They could range from a whole buttload of shit, but yeah, I think they're pretty funny. Haven't watched a lot lately, more due to my number one on this list, but yeah.
Number 10, Aaron.
PewDiePie, he's okay. I don't really like him that much, but
I needed something for this list. So.
I needed a number 10.
He did a Minecraft series for a while that was some of the best content on YouTube there for a while. I wish he would bring it back, start doing it regularly again. He almost did make my list. I actually have him at 10. I replaced him with Watcher as my number 10. They are, the two main reasons I watch it are Ryan and Shane, which I know that at least Zach knows of from BuzzFeed Unsolved. Now we're the, fuck you, Goat Man. This is my bridge now.
I know that too.
They've started their own channel with a couple of other friends called Watcher. They're getting back into ghost hunting. That'll be starting this year, so that'll be really
Hell
great.
yeah.
Just absolutely hilarious. They've been doing a lot of top 10s or top 5s. They're doing top 5s on their channel, but they're doing they did fast food restaurants and all kinds of stuff. So they are hilarious. Check them out if you haven't. Number 10, Gavin.
Door Monster. I have shown you all these videos before. They make D&D content. Usually just like little shorts like the magic missile mugging and I know I've shown it to a few of you.
Yeah.
They still make content. It's pretty funny. I enjoy it. They're one of my go-tos when I boot up YouTube. So
Number 9, Zach.
Oh, damn, that was quick. Movie themed again. Emergency Awesome. This is a channel that breaks down trailers, movies, helps you find the Easter eggs and a whole bunch of facts, and kind of keeps you in the current with movie rumors and stuff like this. And sometimes he'll go through video games that are closely related to a lot of the movies and stuff that he's currently into.
Nice.
Yeah.
And number 9.
Number 9, Mr. Beast.
Number 9 for me, Mr. Beast.
Yeah. Generous guy.
Yeah.
gives away a lot of money to deserving people most of the time.
We're the not most of the time.
He has a lot of different channels now. He does like Mr. Beast Shorts.
Yeah.
He's got Mr. Beast Gaming. He's got Mr. Beast reaction stuff. I am subscribed to all of them. Him and his friends really crack me up a lot, and I do love what they're doing with their channel. That's something that we've talked about that I would love to get into if our channel ever gets big enough. You know, giving away money and cars and houses and stuff like that.
Awesome.
That'd be phenomenal. And he is crazy, and he's so, out of my whole list, he's so obsessed with YouTube. That's the thing I think I like the most. I know that he does classes for people who are getting into YouTube to teach them how to do YouTube better and stuff like that. So
we should sign up.
Number 9, Gavin.
Bosnian Bill. He doesn't make too much content anymore. He's one of my. I used to watch him all the time. Yeah, he's a locksmith. He mostly focused on lock picking. He was retired, so he's an older guy. I don't know why he stopped posting, but he always did really good breakdowns of lock picks, tools and sets. He gave away lots of lock picks and locks. And it was very informative. It was nice. He would do all sorts of different locks and break them down and usually take them apart and see how they were pinned and everything else, which was really interesting to see.
One of Gavin's many ADD hobbies that he's got into.
Yes. But it's really good content.
Yeah, he is entertaining. I've watched a couple videos with you. Number 8, Zach.
Now we're showing the nerdy side of me. Sometimes I fall into a pit of information gobbling about franchises I really love, and this is more towards the Lord of the Rings side of it. The channel's called Men of the West, and this guy he deep dives into the lore, everything surrounding the books, from the unfinished stories, the Silmarillion, all the other stories besides the Lord of the Rings. He kind of like teaches you all that lore and kind of deep dives into the characters and the religion, the mythology of the whole thing. And I've spent 5 hours at a time sometimes just watching this channel, just like, give me more.
Yeah, those are always good.
Number 8, Aaron.
Number 8, Pitch Meetings. Funny little channel with, forget his name, Ryan, something or another. But he plays the character of a producer and a writer pitching a movie, and they're usually a good comedic take on how some of these horrible meetings must have been pitched. So it's a fun channel.
Number 8 for me, That's Good Sports. Brandon Perna. He is my main Broncos go-to guy on YouTube. If you're a fan of the Broncos, he's definitely worth a watch. He is absolutely hilarious in the way that he breaks down things. He does a lot more than just the Broncos. He covers a lot of other things in the NFL, but Broncos fans, so that's his main.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Number 8,
Iron Pineapple. I'm sure none of you have watched anything of his.
Nope.
He is a Souls gamer. He usually plays a lot of Dark Souls games, and he makes tutorials and stuff like that. But he also, the one that got me on him, because I started watching him just a couple of years ago, he started playing Souls-like games, but sometimes the good ones, but sometimes the really shitty shovelware that's on Steam. It's just really entertaining watching him play through them, and he gives pretty honest reviews about stuff. There's a couple that he tried that he's like, oh, this turned out to be way better than I thought, and I actually bought them and played a couple of them. There's a physics-based one called physics-based dungeon crawler called Ex Anima. It is incredibly difficult, and all I've really figured out is that just shoving people over with a shield is usually the easiest way to go.
Nice.
Doesn't kill them, but keeps them on the ground.
Number 7, Zach.
Number 7, another movie breakdown channel. This one's New Rock Stars. I can't remember the name of the guy right off the top of my head. I had it right before we started recording, but of course, as usual, poop. This one's a little bit more. He kind of gets into the obsessiveness of breaking down trailers and movies, and I kind of like that. Definitely not my favorite guy who does this, but he's second favorite. Close to the top on that.
He's awesome. I've watched a lot of his stuff, especially with the Marvel. I love watching his Marvel stuff with Spider-Man and stuff. It was great. Number 7, Aaron.
Number 7, Cinema Sins. Great little channel. Like Zach, I probably haven't watched this in a long time, but
They just send Never Ending Story.
oh,
I just watched it yesterday.
how was it?
It was pretty good, pretty accurate.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah, good
Never
one.
Ending Story.
probably watch it less because they've already tackled most of the movies I'd want them to. But
Yeah, they're starting to do
check
some
that out.
older ones
Yeah,
now.
that's good.
I think they also did.
I think the reason I kind of fallen off a little bit is because I want a little bit more positivity. I know they're doing it mostly for jokes.
yeah,
But there's probably been a video or two where I'm like, that's reaching.
I know they did The King's Men, and he mentioned multiple times that he actually really enjoyed the movie. So
Oh, yeah.
he had a hard time sending it, even though it does have a lot of like
Yeah.
a lot of big. He's like a lot of issues. Really love the movie, but a lot of issues.
And I get he doesn't hate the movies he's doing this too.
He didn't Kanto. That was a good one.
Sometimes.
Zach took it personally when
Not
he did Lord of the
personally.
Rings. Hasn't watched them since.
I think I agreed with him on some of the things in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, he just said it was walking.
Yeah, that was about.
All right, now next one.
Number 7 for me, KOT4Q, otherwise known as King of the Fourth Quarter,
Oh, okay.
or Kenny Beecham, that's his real name. He's my main guy for 2K content. He does a lot of 2K basketball content, a lot of rebuilds and stuff. I, like you with the Lord of the Rings guy, have probably sat down and sat for 5 hours and just watched KOT4Q videos. He is hilarious, and he knows so much about basketball. I've always been a basketball fan, but since I found this channel a couple years ago, I've definitely become more invested in basketball, learning things that I didn't know previously, and it's been super fun. Number 7.
Number 7 for me is Game Champ 3000. She does a lot of challenge runs for video games. I think I've shown you the Sonic and Knuckles one where he plays it without ever hitting the right direction. He just disabled it entirely, managed to beat the whole game. She managed to beat the whole game like that. And she does a lot of ones. She's done like Rockman, she's done Metroid. It's just absurd. She says she's not good at games, but at a certain point, like I think she's beaten multiple Marios without collecting a single coin. Like the whole freaking game makes no sense. I couldn't do it. She beat like Sly Cooper once without collecting a single one of the coins in any of them. No.
Yeah.
Just some really difficult things that are really impressive for me, anyways. Because she's beaten Mario's on jumping and using usually like kind of cheat.
You have to jump in Mario. Oh, which Which Mario?
Let's see here. She did Bowser's Fury, the DLC for that one.
Okay.
Yeah, that's one.
I was saying like Mario, Super Mario Bros on Nintendo.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, you cannot beat that without jumping.
You can beat it by
The
following its
3D
style.
one.
She one that was really impressive. She did Pokemon without getting hit, or well, she tried. She streams all of her stuff when she's doing it, so you get to see a lot of interactions. She actually does the videos that put up, and sometimes you get like 6 months worth of time where there's nothing on her YouTube. But like the Pokemon one was rough. She almost beat it once or twice, and then she would take just damage at like one point, and she'd have to delete the entire save because that was her rule. She started from
Take a hit.
no damage.
No.
No damage, period. So if you got poisoned, screwed over, had to restart the run. Whole game, she beat the Elite Four without taking any damage.
How?
You watch her videos. I'm telling you, they're crazy.
Hacker.
Hacker.
Number 6, Zach.
Number 6, I have heavy spoilers. Now this guy does breakdowns like the other two that I was talking about, but he does it while doing terrible puns the whole time. And if you know me, I love my puns, even though they're kind of like below the belt sometimes, a little off color. I love his humor. I love his content. And if you don't follow him, I would suggest following him, especially if you want those Marvel breakdowns, Star Wars breakdowns, and stuff like that.
Have to check them out.
Number 6, Aaron.
Number 6, Riddle. It's a science channel. They do a lot of breakdowns, a lot of what-if scenarios. I watch a lot of channels like that, but this was the one that made my list today.
Nice. Yeah, I've never heard of them. I'll have to check that out. Number 6 for me, the Pat Mcafee Show. For a couple reasons. Obviously, that he does a lot of sports stuff. He was the former punter for the Colts. So that's the main reason. Also, I just kind of love that dynamic that they have. It's just him with all of his friends, just recording a podcast every day of the week, Monday through Friday. And that's kind of the dream around here, anyway.
Yeah.
So definitely gives me some inspiration in that fact. And he's just awesome. He does so much, man. I mean, he goes from punting for the Colts to doing his own show and voicing for SmackDown, and it's just...
He wrestled with SmackDown.
Yeah, wrestled at WrestleMania, so...
He got stuttered by Stone Cold.
Yeah, he's kind of living the dream life of mine at this point.
And then drank a beer with him.
Yeah, running a sports talk show with my friends and getting stunned by Stone Cold, that are both things on my bucket list.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you can cross one of those out.
True. Yeah. Number 6.
Number 6 for me is dangerously funny. It's just there's a lot of game YouTubers on here, I'll be honest.
What?
He's entertaining. He just posts really stupid videos. He plays some of like the weird games that I like to play. Sometimes he'll turn me on to a game that I end up buying and playing, but they're usually stupid. And and he always has these super clickbaity titles, he'll play Adventure Capitalist. He's like, I made $2 million. It's stupid. Very entertaining, regardless. I don't think he really knows how to play games. Sometimes I watch him play and I'm like, of course this isn't working. That would make sense why it's not working. But he's like, oh, here's a tutorial. Nah, and just skips past it and just tries to struggle bust through it, which is usually pretty good.
Nice.
Number 5, Zach.
Another channel I used to watch a lot, and this would have been higher up on my list a few years ago, but this is Watch Mojo. This is a top 10, sometimes top 20 YouTube channel where they go over a whole mess of things. Music, video games, movies, sports, you name it, like world events, historical events. This is another channel where I have legitimately sat and watched for like 5 hours.
One after another.
Just turn one on, just let them keep playing.
Yeah, same.
Especially the movie episodes. One of the ones that I remember the most is top 10 animal deaths in movies. I made it to number 9 before I started bawling. Because it starts going through I Am Legend, Old Yeller, then you start going into Lion King and stuff like that, and that was a mess.
I haven't seen that episode.
Fucking mess.
Number 5, Aaron?
Number 5, Maximilian Dude. He is a gamer. He mainly does fighting games. He's really good at them. Used to watch him do Mortal Kombat, stuff like that. He also plays games like Final Fantasy. He's a big fan of 7. Super excited for the remake.
I get that. Like I said, I love this. The YouTubers always go to the ones that are just watching shit, playing stuff that I like to play.
Yeah, I don't always follow people like that because I'm like, I'm just gonna go play this myself. But sometimes one hits me like their personality, everything's just this is just a cool dude.
When I'm feeling especially poor and can't get the game that I want, I sometimes
watch some playthroughs. Yeah.
See, that actually gives me. Every time I've done that is when I'm like, oh, I can just sell all these games and probably get it. And I've done that a few times. And I'm like, I never play these games. You know when you want to play a game? After you sell it. Every time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm just like, you know what I wish I still had?
You know what prevents that?
Digital.
Yeah, it really does.
I'm like, can I trade this in? Nope.
That's what you get. Sony,
allowed digital
Microsoft, allowed to let us trade in our games to get new games. You'll make...
nothing.
You'll make nothing on this deal, but I'll get a discount.
Yeah. Well, they might make something.
Yeah, you should just trade it in for credit. You just get a couple bucks here and there.
Yeah.
But if I trade in a few hundred of games, I can get a new one.
Yeah, and it can't be PS Plus games, which would really make it hard.
Oh yeah.
They're not giving you money
unless
you bought it outside of PS Plus,
which I have for a lot of them. I buy because I get them day one.
Yeah,
and then 6 months later, they're like, "Hey, we're giving this away." I'm like, "Of course you are."
Oh man, FIFA! I gotta download that.
Yes, they do.
Yeah,
I've already added that to my library.
Number 5, Nick.
Number 5 for me, First We Feast. This is mainly on my list because of Hot Ones. I am blanking on names. I should have done better to write names down, but he is probably the best interviewer on the planet.
He does his research.
Yeah, he does so well, and I just love the whole concept of eating hotter and hotter chicken wings, and answering tougher and tougher questions until the end.
Yeah. He's interviewed a lot of big names.
Yeah. Yeah, he's phenomenal. Number 5, Kevin.
Cinema Therapy. Have you guys heard of them?
No.
So it's a therapist and a film filmographer. I don't know, whatever they call themselves.
A filmologist.
Sure. I don't know. and they just like watch movies and like kind of break it down, like both like the mental aspects, like the mental health aspects and stuff like that, like they do in content and like a bunch of other stuff, and also like from like a filmmaking standpoint, like what looks good, what does that. It's actually very entertaining. They do lots of movies. They also do some like joke movies because they do a lot of. They just do recommended ones at this point. So like they have like someone recommended them to do the Twilight series, so they did that, which is pretty entertaining.
I literally just clicked on that video.
They're a lot of fun. I definitely recommend them. It's pretty soothing. It's nothing too crazy. They're both like dads, so they're just kind of every once in a while. Like, I haven't heard it tons, but every once in a while I hear like a little kid or something in the back. But yeah, it's fun.
Nice. Number 4, Zach.
Now this is one I've recommended to both Nick and his soon-to-be wife. Girlfriend Reviews. This is a gaming review channel from the point of view of the girlfriend sitting on the couch next to the boyfriend playing the video games, and she goes out of her way to describe her experience watching him play the game. It's both funny, intriguing, and I've kind of learned a few things from the other point of view. She also doesn't just like sit and watch. Sometimes she'll actually, games that allow co-op, she'll play the game with her boyfriend. The whole channel is really entertaining. I think they're actually getting big enough where I think they did get to go to the Game Awards last year.
Oh, dope.
Nice.
So that gives me hope. It gives us hope.
Yeah.
She did coin a phrase that I very much do love, where it's it's fireworks vomit on the screen. So it's basically when there's so much lights and visceral crap happening on your screen. Firework vomit.
Firework vomit.
Makes sense.
Number 4, Aaron.
Number 4, the Corridor Crew. This bunch of guys, some friends, they do special effects. They'll like break down special effects from your favorite movies. They'll go in and see if they can recreate old movies' effects better or worse. Got a lot of good movies that they've done that for. And they do other effects-related experiments and stuff. But they're just cool guys, just all hanging out, and they'll like challenge each other. Like, I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to do it that way. Then they show their end products. You know, they do Jurassic Park. All kinds of stuff. Terminator, going back old school, seeing how they did it back in the day and how it would be done today if it was being remade. But just a cool, from the tech aspect of cinematography. And they just really break all that down. And you can learn a lot effect-wise, like if you just watch their videos.
That's cool.
So it's pretty cool.
Number 4 for me, Good Mythical Morning. Rhett and Link. And there's sub-channels. I've gotten really into like Good Mythical Kitchen with Josh and the crew over there. But Good Mythical Morning, I've been a fan of, for almost as long as I can remember, since they've been on YouTube.
2005.
No, I think they started in like 2010. But I watch their videos. That's how I wake up most mornings. My alarm will go off, and as I get ready for the day, I'll just have Good Mythical Morning playing so I can see what they're talking about today. They are hilarious, and they do a lot of cool shit on there. I love like their eating challenge videos, and super entertaining.
Yeah.
Number 4, Gavin.
Number 4 for me is Legal Eagle. I don't know.
Yeah, the Legal Eagle.
I was like, I watch them a lot. I like a lot of them that I learn a little bit with. They're a lot more fun. And I feel like it sticks with me a little bit rattling around in there. It's always just entertaining, especially when he reacts to stuff.
Yeah.
There's no one I didn't put on here, but also Dr. Mike. I don't know if you watched. He does videos with Legal Eagle. He's a doctor.
Oh, yeah, I know Dr. Mike.
He does very similar things, but from a
medical standpoint, yeah.
Pretty entertaining.
Legal Eagle is hilarious. I watched him break down the court scenes for Legally Blonde. That's one of my favorite videos of his. Just cracks me up. Number 3, Zach, we're getting into the real.
I know. So number 3 for me is Mr. Sunday Movies. They kind of do breakdowns, but their main thing is Caravan of Garbage, which is one of their shows where they go through and like either rewatch really bad movies or movies they like. It's not always garbage films or video games, but they'll also play through older video games like recently they have been doing the Star Wars prequels. So every other week they're doing the movies, and then subsequential weeks they're doing the video games that are based off those movies, and kind of talking about the making of the games, behind the scenes of the movies, trying to do playthroughs of certain levels here and there. Because Clone Wars, I don't think had like a game based directly off of it. They played a little bit of the new Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga, the section based on the Clone War or Attack of the Clones. But they're really funny. I think they're based out of Australia. I follow them on Twitter and TikTok as well. Great group of guys. They have a podcast as well. Kind of what I want to model myself off of, or like at least the movies aspect of this channel off of a little bit, and where I get kind of some of my ideas. I'm not trying to plagiarize or anything.
Wow! You heard it first here. Plagiarizer.
Inspiration. But I really like these guys, and
You're the next Philip Mewson.
who the hell is that?
Look him up.
I don't want it.
Number 3, Eric.
Number 3, Honest Trailers. Again, I like a lot of these comedy channels. Epic Voice Guy goes and does a funny rendition of a trailer, breaking it down. Really like these. Calls out a lot of movies on their shit too, which is always nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Number 3 for me, the Try Guys. Probably the YouTuber I've watched the most of out of anybody on my list, just because they post more regularly than some of my other guys. Zach, Eugene, Keith, and Ned, and they're just the last episode they just came out with was them trying on prom dresses together. It was hilarious. Nice. I just love their dynamic as 4 friends, and like Zach said, it's something that I kind of take inspiration from, just kind of the way that they interact with each other and stuff like that. I really love that, and yeah, super fun channel. Number 3, Gavin.
Let's game it out. I know for a fact I've shown you that him before. He's the one that just does wacky stuff, and he just shows it great games. It's very entertaining. I love playing like sim games and stuff like that, but I don't like playing them legitimately. I like to see how far you can get playing them as wrong as possible, and he does that. He makes things not because they're easier, but because they're funnier. Usually, there's a game that I just watched a video of his on Hydroneer, which is kind of like a mining sim game, kind of like it's all like water based. And he found out that if you dig a hole and then drop it down immediately, you end up with more dirt than you actually dug. So he just has these dirt spires that he has all of his. It took him a long time. He put all like the drills on there and all. It's just stupid shit, and I've seen every single one of his videos since he started like 8 years ago. And I watched them all in the past 2 years. That's
yeah, I know that all too well. Number 2, Zach.
For my number 2, I have FilmJoy. This guy, he doesn't put a lot of content out because it does seem like his videos take a lot of time to edit and put together. But he goes through and does like film essays. Some of my favorite videos of his, he's gone over the John Wick trilogy and like all the meanings behind the movies and stuff. He's also recently done Die Hard, which was really cool. But he like dives deep into certain films and kind of like analyzes it to the core and kind of goes over like the thought process of everything, kind of some of the behind the scenes stuff, and then his opinions of the movie. And if he had more content, I probably could sit and watch this for 5 hours straight and not get bored. But I've already watched almost a majority of his videos, so.
Nice.
Number 2, Eric.
Number 2, Markiplier. Didn't like this guy when I first saw him, then I actually sat down and watched him and just love him.
He's so funny.
He's great sense of humor, plays some good games. I got into him watching horror games.
I love
funny
watching
dude. Super nice guy too. He gives most of his money to charities. But yeah, just an awesome, wholesome guy. Fun to watch. He's somebody I'd like to just hang out with.
Yeah,
play
me
some
too.
games with.
Yeah, Markiplier, come on the
He's
podcast.
Cool dude.
Test our interview skills. Yeah. Number 2 for me, How Ridiculous. I know that I've shown you guys all these, the ones where they're dropping stuff off the tower.
Yeah.
Lately, they bought like a warehouse, and they've been doing a lot of stuff in the warehouse, like how many panes of glass can a baseball go through, and they'll take turns like throwing stuff at panes of glass and breaking them. And there's just something about destruction that's super fun to watch. And then the three of them make it so much better, just because, again, I really like that dynamic of that the three of them have, and the comedy. And every time they come out with a video, which sadly is only like once a week because it takes so much time to do some of the stuff they're doing.
Yeah.
It pops. It's one of my first notifications to pop up, and I watch it every Saturday when it comes out, basically.
Nice.
So that's how I am with Mr. Sunday Movies. Like Tuesday mornings, usually 7:30, I'll get my notification. Like, all right, I'm stopping everything I'm doing and watching this video.
Number 2, Dad.
Number 2 for me is Penguin Zero. Charlie, I'm sure you've seen him around. He's pretty popular on YouTube. He's usually always on the front page of gaming. Whenever you do that, I like him. I used to watch him back when I was in like middle school. These really stupid ass videos of playing shitty games and giving really stupid commentary to them. He still plays shitty games, but he's a lot more genuine now than he was in the back. Because I think in the past, especially if you watch him now, and he talks about it, is that it was really he was just like trying to add a checklist for like the content. And now he just gets to do a lot more. But he just wants to have fun. He usually puts a lot of the sponsorship money he gets back into like small time streamers. Like usually every so often he goes on and like usually like $10,000 worth of subs to like just random streamers that can get subs. He's just fun to watch. Like he just went to Texas and drove a tank for World of Tanks. That was the whole thing, and it was funny, and it was it was entertaining.
Nice.
He played being a surgeon with just like a fake body. Yeah, just stupid shit. Plays video games, just stupid shit.
Number 1, do we want to just say it at the same time?
Do we all have the same number 1?
You probably don't.
Zach, what's your number 1?
Zach, what's your number 1?
This is the other end of the spectrum from my number 10. This is Cinema Wins. He goes into basically the same thing as Cinema Sins, but the positive side of everything. Whether it's a crappy movie, he does kind of like bring up like, well, I may not agree with what this movie was, but I like this, and we always win on Beautiful Beards and stuff like this. And this actor, he's fabulous in everything, so we always win him. But yeah, I'd suggest watching some of his videos. I've watched every single one of his videos except for the ones where I haven't seen the movie yet. Like, I think it was the Mitchells versus the World or something like that.
Mitchells versus the Machines?
Yeah, that one. He had done a video on that one. I still haven't seen that movie yet, so
It's on Netflix.
I know, I haven't got a chance yet. And hasn't really been big on my to-watch list, so.
Way to go.
But yeah, he usually comes out with a video a few weeks after it comes out on home video. And then, yeah, the obvious SplitScreeners.
No, you don't get to say it. We didn't even make it.
Redacted.
We didn't even make his list.
I know. Well, my number 1's a lot better. Number 1 on my list, the SplitScreeners podcast. If you're not subscribed,
That's not what
get
that
on it.
says. Oh no, I was reading it upside down.
Yeah, you were. It's a great up-and-coming show. If you haven't checked it out while you're on our channel, I don't know how that's possible, but
Like, comment,
and subscribe.
No, I think it's really cool when 4 guys get together and they work for hours on end on a single day while working full-time jobs to try and make the dream come true.
Yeah, trying to have families, everything.
I think more
I
people
would
should
support those guys.
Yeah, I would too.
I would support them.
Everyone should.
No, we
Tell your friends.
At least for me, I know that I probably watch the most YouTube of anybody sitting at this table.
Yeah, between you two, probably.
I was like, it's
Zach's like, you don't know how many hours I've put in this week.
But there are a lot of good YouTubers that obviously couldn't make our top 10. That was the point I was trying to get to. There are a ton that weren't able to make my list. So, but YouTube is such an amazing place, man, and it's so much fun to watch people and see all the cool stuff that people are doing. Ryan Trahan, one of the guys that didn't make my list, he went from a penny to a small house to give to one of his subscribers who was trying to who needed a space to do artwork, and he was able to just keep trading, made a whole series on that. It was awesome. YouTube's just such an amazing platform, and I know that it's not without its faults, but we're super excited to be doing stuff on here. And hopefully one day we can, be giving stuff away and doing crazy cool shit on our channel too.
Yeah.
So next week, top 10, we have 4. We each threw a suggestion in there. Again, just like the movie bookie episodes, which if you aren't watching, that's our movie book club. We just did our first recommendation for that one from a fan. Same thing here. If somebody has a good recommendation for a top 10 list, throw it in the comments.
Yeah.
We'll definitely do top 10s. We've done some fun ones. We've done some dumb ones, like top 10 live action anime movies.
Oh, that was dope.
That was hard. So this week, the 4 of us all threw one in. Zach went with top 10 movies of all time. Gavin went with top 10 name brand chips. I kind of like switching it up there. I went with top 10 WWE superstars of all time, and then Aaron went with top 10 fast food restaurants. However you want to classify a fast food restaurant, we will figure that out if that's
There is a right way.
We're going to go by the Cambridge definition.
We are going by the Cambridge.
I am not going by the Cambridge definition.
You have to. That's the stipulation of my
Been
list.
decided.
The stipulation of my list is the official.
Make sure he doesn't re-roll.
God damn it, we got top 10 fast food restaurants.
Perfect. And we are using the
Every
Cambridge
time.
definition.
Have you guys noticed that every time?
I mean, I guess it doesn't matter, right? Because
You
that
can
just
still
means
do
that
the
I,
ones.
I'm still going to just do ones that have drive-thrus because that's what fast food is.
No.
Because
But those are the ones because,
Those are the ones you like.
Yeah.
Now we're just going to do all ones without drive.
Now mine, a lot of them will have drive-thrus.
Yeah.
Because most fast food does have drive-thrus.
I'm going
I'm
to be
not
100%
disputing
on
that.
this. On my list, so.
here's the other thing to leave down in the comments. Please tell us what defines a fast food drive-in in your mind. We're trying to set an argument here. I'm pretty sure I'm right, but I'm outgunned 3-1 at this point.
And Cambridge agrees with us.
Oh yeah, because I've listened to what Cambridge has said so much in my entire life. Thanks.
Well, you should.
I mean,
They're smart guys.
compared to us,
Dummies. Nothing but dummies. So yeah, stay tuned. Next week we'll have top 10 fast food restaurants. We might record a couple at one time if we ever get together early enough. So that we can just, crank those
release
out.
a few out.
Yeah.
Those are fun.
So stay tuned. Like I said, we're dropping episodes often.
Yes, we are.
Often
Eventually we'll be back to saying pretty
At a
much daily.
frequency.
Yeah. An undetermined
An
frequency.
unspecified frequency.
June just going to be a little hard.
But we are dropping episodes regularly, so stay tuned. Hit that notification bell, like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching. It is time to
Split it! Split it! Split it! Split it!
Split it! Split it! Split it! Split it! Split it! Split it! Split it! Split it! Split it!
Split it! GoPro